right, so we're back and ready for another deep dive. And today we're taking a look at a Premier League match, one that was an absolute roller coaster. Bournemouth versus Fulham.
Yeah, and coming into this one, both these sides, they were in good form, on a bit of a run. So,
Yeah, they were. So
yeah,
we knew, you kind of knew it was going to be a good one, right?
you did.
And it was. It was exciting right down to the wire. Um, Final score ended up 2-2. But honestly, that doesn't even begin to tell the story, does it?
Not at all, no. I mean, back and forth, momentum swings, you name it, this game had it.
It did. So right out of the gate, Bournemouth looked like, they looked like they were going to run away with this thing. Fulham were really on their heels for most of that first half. And David Brooks, he had a couple of really great chances early on. One saved by Leno. The other one, well, he'll probably want that one back.
He will, yeah.
And then there was a Semenyo.
Semenyo, yeah.
Force a brilliant save from Leno. It felt like, honestly, Fulham were kind of hanging on by a thread at that point. What did you make of that early pressure from Bournemouth?
I think you hit the nail on the head there with hanging on by a thread. Bournemouth, they were playing a high-pressing game, weren't they? You could just see it, the intent from the midfielders, the forwards, closing down space. Fulham really struggled to build any kind of attack.
Yeah, it felt like a goal was coming. But then, classic football, right?
Absolutely.
Momentum shifted. And right on the stroke of halftime, Fulham, they scored against the run of play. And of course, it's Raúl Jiménez. The man I swear he loves to open the scoring.
He does, yeah. Classic Jimenez goal, He's always in the right place at the right time in the box. And this time, it's a header, right, from a corner.
It was.
So, yeah, a bit of a surprise maybe, given how the game was going. But I think, we've come to expect it for him, haven't we?
We have. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because, he gets that first goal, but he so rarely scores the decisive goal in a match. Do you think there's something to that, tactically,
Yeah, that is interesting. It almost makes you wonder if it's a conscious decision by the manager. Is he telling him to focus on those early chances, knowing that others on the team will step up later on? It's possible, right?
Yeah, it's possible. Or maybe it's just, Jimenez's style of play. Maybe he's just so good at capitalizing on those early opportunities, when defenses are still figuring things out.
Absolutely.
I don't know, food for thought, I guess.
Food for thought, yeah.
So anyway, Fulham go into halftime with a bit of an unexpected lead.
They do.
But Bournemouth, they don't let that late first half goal get to them, do they? They come out in the second half, and it's 5 minutes in, and Evanilson levels the score. What a strike.
It was, yeah. And I think you can really see there how Bournemouth can adapt tactically, They started pushing the fullbacks higher up the field, more attacking options. And Evanilson, he's been on fire lately, right? Yeah. He's so good at finding space, and his finishing is just clinical.
Yeah. And then we get to the battle of the keepers, right? Mm-hmm. Kepa for Bournemouth and Leno for Fulham.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A string of just incredible saves. But that save from Kepa on Jimenez, right? Denying him that second goal, that was huge.
It was, yeah. Crucial moment in the match. If Jimenez had scored there, who knows how the game would have gone. But Kepa keeps Bournemouth in it with that save.
Right. It's those moments that can decide a game.
Ugly, yeah, yeah.
But then, just as things are looking up for Fulham, they regain the lead about 72nd minute, I think it was.
Yeah.
Not the prettiest goal in the world. Robinson sends in a cross. It deflects off a Bournemouth defender.
Yeah.
And it just falls to Harry Wilson.
Yeah.
And again, it's a tap-in header for him.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes in football, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit of luck, a deflection, and suddenly the game's turned on its head.
Yeah. Yeah. And Bournemouth, though, they don't give up. True to form, they keep pushing for that equalizer, and then in the last minute, there it is. Semenyo with a perfect pass, right?
Yeah.
Finds Ouattara in the box and the chip over Leno. Just so cool under pressure.
Stunning finish, yeah, really was. And I think it just shows you the attacking quality that Bournemouth have, and they just never give up, do they? They just kept creating chances right till the very end.
They did, and so the match ends 2-2. Fulham, they extend their unbeaten run at home and against Bournemouth. And Marco Silva, he stays undefeated as manager against the Cherries.
Yeah. I mean, I think in the end, a draw is probably a fair result, right?
Huh.
The way the game went. But it does, I mean, it does make you think, doesn't it?
Hmm.
We've talked about, luck and momentum shifts, but how much do you think those things really matter in football? I mean, just imagine if one or two of those key moments, if they had gone differently.
I don't know. I mean, that's the beauty of football, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen.
You really don't.
Well, that was fun. Another great deep dive. Thanks for joining us. And remember, there's always more to explore. Until next time.
Yeah.